In the middle of a storm.
And you already know what it is. The Black Guru is back once again. Let's get this thing started. Where y'all at tonight? I know I'm a little bit behind, but that's all right. We gonna have a good stream. Trust me, you don't want to miss this, especially if you are a man. Let's go.
Damn right.
If you are a man and especially a father, you don't want to miss this live stream right now, what I'm about to do, because I'm about to bring something tough to you. If you are a man and especially a father, we talking about these needy women tonight. Y'all better get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's start us off with one of them things. I told y'all, listen. I told y'all I'm always going to be here and bring y'all some of the rawest, realest topics. I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to bring it to you like it never been brought to you before. And you just need to be ready. Put your seatbelt on and get ready for what I'm about to dish out. Shout out to everybody that's watching, whatever platform you're watching on. Thank you so much for being here and joining. Let me put the link in here. If you want to join, you can request up on any platform and have this conversation with me if you would like to, especially want to talk to the women. Why do I love bash? I don't even know what you're saying. You need to learn how to type first. All right. If you want to join as a guest, the link is good. I tested everything. Nobody should be having problems joining or anything. Everything is good. I just tested everything. Do me a favor, folks. I need everybody that's watching right now to get my like count up. Hit the like button. Get the like count up. Let's go. New York City in the house. I'm a single father raising my daughter for the last 10 years, and she is about to graduate high school. My brother. Shout out to you, brother. Excellent. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Shout out to all the single fathers. And if you are a father, you are a man, period, you need to hear this. If you're a woman, you need to hear this too. But you definitely should spread this to any men in your life. They definitely need to hear this. We're talking about these needy women. Needy, clingy, whatever you want to call them. Women, low self-esteem. They are dominating the planet right now, and especially social media. Needy, clingy women are dominating the planet right now, and especially social media. Something like we've never seen before, and maybe won't see it. If anything, if it doesn't get better, it's only going to get worse. We're just going to see more needy and clingy women. Trust me. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's just going to be more and more and more needy and clingy. This is a very important topic that I'm talking about right now. All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for all of you guys' compliments and being here. Let's go, folks. What's up with the likes? Let's go. Let's get the like count up. We can talk about these needy and clingy women. All I need y'all to do right now is listen to what I'm saying and get the like count up. That's it. You don't need to do nothing else. You don't need to do nothing else. Marcel said, my brother's a single father in just one custody. Excellent. Today of his son. Love to hear that, brother. Always love to hear when men go get their children. When we're talking about the girls today, we're talking about your daughters. It's more of a critical time than ever than now. There's no more of a critical time than to get control of your children, and especially your daughters. Now is the time. Now is the time to go get custody, get control, get some type of access to your daughters. You can't be out here no more 2025 and not seeing your children, especially your daughters. Why do you say that, Guru? Let me break this down. When you don't have access to your daughters, when you're not here with your daughters, what happens is they become what this topic is about: needy and clingy. And on top of that, they're learning from their no good ass mamas at the same time tricks of the trade to be even more needy and clingy, because their mamas don't make it better. Their mothers don't make them less needy and less clingy. Their mothers make them worse. As I say, Guru, how do we stop them from multiplying? Will accountability work? Somewhat, brother. Somewhat. But it's going to take a full force of effort of men to do what I'm saying right now. I have the formula. You got to get control of your daughters. The women that are grown now don't have much of a shot. They don't have much of a chance. If you can get your daughters when they're real young, the next generation will have a much better chance. If you have daughters, you have the ability to influence them. Let me tell you something. The women of today, the grown ones that are raising these girls up, a lot of them were abandoned, didn't have fathers or good fathers in their life. Good evening. Good evening to you all. Thank you for joining. They didn't have good fathers. They're abandoned. The mothers, a lot of them were no good, treat them like crap, talk to them crazy. They didn't pick up good habits, right? So I say this all the time, and I teach these women this. In order for a bank to loan out money, a bank has to first have money. Come on now, talk to me. Jelly said mine wasn't there either. Who wasn't there, your mother or father, Jelly? A bank must first have money to loan out money. You can't give something that you don't have. A lot of men today, they're looking for more of these women to be humble, compassionate, nurturing. They don't have it. They don't have that shit. It's not in them. Megan said, I'm a widow and I have 6 daughters, not worry about everyone's sons. You're open to the conversation. Okay, excellent, Megan. I'm glad you're open to the conversation. Shout out to Christina. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you for supporting the Black Guru. And special shout out to Layana. Thank you so much for the Cash App. She said, looking sharp, brother Guru. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you for watching the show, being a part of it, and being here. Let's go, folks. Continue to get my like count up. If you're just coming in here, that's all I need you to do right now. Oh, your father wasn't in your life, Jelly? Okay. Linda said her mother passed when she was 7. Okay. See, and this is the stuff that a lot of you brothers sometimes don't know before. Shout out to Ryan, just Ryan. A lot of you don't know when you get involved with some of these women. You don't know or realize the impact and what it actually does to them when they don't have good parenting, don't have proper parenting. Father wasn't there. Father wasn't handling business in the home. Mother was jealous or evil. You got a lot of mothers out there that are jealous of their daughters. Especially if a young girl got a nice body and she mad because her body's gone or she missed whatever. You got mothers out here on that same type of time, right? And it just makes so the girls, sometimes they're out there looking for some type of energy that's going to be supportive of them, of their dreams and what's going to get them ahead, or just get some type of love, affection, get something that they're not getting at home. Right? They want just something that they're not getting at home, and they fall into the hands, a lot of these jokers. I call them jokers because then they become jokers. They fall into the hands of no good ass men. They don't have the father there. And some of them that have fathers, they try to go around the father and skirt past or skate past. They want to go past the father because they know he's not going to approve of their terrible behavior, their terrible choices in men, them going out, being out late at night, sneaking out. Well, that's how you fall into the hands of one of these men. And then the cycle just keeps repeating itself. You see why it's important as a man to get control of your daughter, custody, because you need to know where she's at. You need to know what she's doing. Point out that these boys are being raised by men. I don't know what you're talking about, Megan. You had avoidance behavior. Listen, a good father, an active father, is not going to let his daughter just be out doing whatever she wants to do at any time of the night. So he's going to be a figure. He does both. He's an authoritative figure in the home, but he's also that balance that gives her the attention that she craves and desires. He provides that balance that mama cannot do. You need the male. You need that damn masculine energy. Mama can't do that. There's a certain energy that a girl gets from her father. There's a certain energy that a girl gets from her father. Do y'all hear me? Come on now, talk to me. You don't get that energy. You don't get that type of energy from a woman, especially DJ. I don't care how masculine they think they are. They can't provide that type of energy. Harris said, love your content. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. You know, folks, this is a very important subject and a very important topic that I wish more men would take part in and listen, right? We know a lot of the brothers today, they get so tied up with, once again, that's part of the cycle. They get so tied up with women and their sexuality. They get hooked on that and addicted to that. And when they ain't looking at that, they just gaming or watching sports or whatever. That's not going to do it. You need this type of information too. You got to have this type of information too. Do y'all hear me? Your father was there for you. Excellent. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Your father was there for you. Did you listen to his advice? Did you sit under him to try to get wisdom and knowledge? Did you not try to leave the house, run out the house and avoid him? That's the thing we got to ask by a lot of you women. Because if you did that, there is no reason. If you had a good father, he was there for you, he gave you great advice, there's no reason why you shouldn't be a wife. There's no reason why you should be a baby mama. There's no reason why you should be out here messing with a whole bunch of different men, out here being a street woman. None of that shit. There's no reason. Come on, Guru, talk to the people. What's going on, Brother Wolf? If you did that, also believe any woman that has grown up without the masculine energy from their father, they become resentful. Yeah. We got a lot of weak dudes today. We got a lot of dudes that you don't know what they are, who they are. And that's clearly because they didn't have their father. The lack of the father will produce the needy girl, and the lack of the father will, when we say needy, we're talking about the attention driven. Some of them may be attention, you know what? SLUTs. They do all kind of stuff. And then the boys become feminine, weak. A strong, dominant father is going to make sure that his sons are strong and dominant. Sometimes inheritance is on the line. Money's on the line. You don't want to miss out on what he's going to get by being weak, by not working hard and being strong and doing what he needs to do. And the Father will instill that work ethic. Come on now, talk to me. All these women that complain that men don't want to do this, men don't want to do that, men don't want to work. They had no great father in their life, had no great example. Weren't able to pull out and understand work ethic. We're producing way too many needy, clingy women. Way too many needy, clingy women. Way too many. It's a disgrace in our society right now how many needy and clingy women. And Guru, well, where do you see them at? When you look up and down social media, it's not hard. You can look up and down social media and you're going to constantly see needy and clingy women. It's not hard to see needy and clingy women at all. Shaking they behind, don't have no clothes on, screwing, doing anything and everything they can on camera. And then they're doing this trendy stuff now where if they do got a man or a boyfriend that they laid up under, they'll make posts and they'll tell you how clingy and needy they are. I've been seeing this new trend of posts that they're making when I find a man that doesn't have social media, and then they just laying and holding so tight onto the man and making sure, and then they looking real sad like they're about to cry. That's a needy woman. That's a very clingy woman. Come on, talk to me. That's why I say the men under the sound of my voice need to listen and take heed to this so that they can go get their daughters at the youngest age possible. Be there for their daughters. Where y'all at tonight? Huh? Where y'all at tonight? Come on, talk to me. Ree said they know the wall is undefeated. Listen, I give a damn about these older women, these mamas. I don't care. I'm not telling you, I can't, as they say, Jesus can't say, I can't save them. I can't give them no advice to help them. For a majority of them, it's over. But it's not over if you can get control, access to your daughters at a young enough age. It's not over for them. But it's, trust me, it's over for the older ones. They don't got much of a shot. These older jokers, they know it's over for them. They know it's over for them. And you can look at them, a lot of them that cling, they'll be bitter and still needy and clingy. The woman that's always jealous, want to look in your phone, think you out cheating. And the one that ends up thinking like that and being extra needy and clingy and jealous all the time, she does end up getting cheated on. The insecure woman, needy and clingy woman, is going to get cheated on and left a lot faster than a secure woman. Come on now, talk to me. Who can say that I'm telling a lie? Who can say that I'm telling a lie that the insecure, clingy woman is going to get left and cheated on a lot faster, huh? Than the woman that's secure, than the woman that was raised right, than the woman that had a really good, strong father in her life, than the woman that had a really good mother in her life. Because I can tell you right now, some of you brothers, we know that a lot of these jokers ain't no good. The mamas ain't no good. But I can tell you what, it makes a hell of a difference if you are a decent man and you can try to balance some of that shit out and undo some of that thinking that the mama did. Trust me, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference knowing that you have a father in your life that you can rely on, that you can call, that you can talk to. It makes a huge difference. That you don't got to listen to the voice of your no good ass mammy or mama, whatever y'all want to call it. Yes.
You gonna let me sing to you?
Do I look
All right.
like I'm playing games right now?
So you can exit if you want. I
Okay,
don't
do
really
I
care.
look like I'm playing right now, or do I look like I'm having a serious
No,
conversation?
you look dead serious
Okay,
about
so
like,
why would you come up here and say, "Can I sing to you?"
because like serious people need to calm their nerves, and the only thing I can think of that calms my nerves is when someone sings a lovely nighttime, melody. What's the issue?
Genevieve, is the
You ain't never
man
heard me sing before.
that you had them kids with, the homeless man, was he singing songs to you? Is that how he got the coochie?
So it's only about getting the
I'm
coochie.
asking you, is that how he got it? Did that calm you down to give him the coochie?
Listen, man, you asking me about my personal relationship. You gonna have to tell me about how your
Yeah.
wife is
All
first.
right. So you don't want to talk about that. All right. So you got
No.
to go. Goodbye. These women think I don't remember their stories. They think I don't remember when they talk to me and the stuff they told me. I remember. I remember this. Shout out to Miss Reed. Thank you so much, Miss Reed Pink, for the super chat and supporting the Black Guru. Appreciate you, sister. Big supporter of the Black Guru. Let's go, folks. I need y'all still. We down a bunch of likes. I need y'all to get the like count up. I need y'all to get the like count up. Let's go. Somebody said you got to sing to the cooter cat. Yeah, he probably did. Maybe that's how he got her. Back to what I want to say real quick. Yeah, I know they want to be famous. Don't worry, I'll make them famous. Back to what I was saying real quick. Our women today, you can't help them. You can't save them. You're best off not try to do right by them. Don't worry about trying to do right by them. Don't worry about, they come to me all the time. Why don't you talk to these women more like this, guru? Why don't you help them to be more? You can't help them. They're too far gone. That tree, listen, there's a few that I'm able to help just a little bit. I'm able to help them just a little bit, but majority of them, they don't listen to a damn thing. You know how many I can't tell y'all how many one-on-ones I've done with women, and I told them, and they knew it. I said, you got to have more than one session. One session is not enough. You need more than one session to help. Most of them that talked to me one time, they never came back. I would probably, if I did the numbers, I would probably say, I'm sure it's less than 10% of the women have more than one session with me. And they probably realize, like, dang, Guru's going all in on my life. Maybe I'm just too far gone. Walaikum salam. You're going to Mecca in 10 days. Excellent. We'll make dua for you. Let me screenshot so I remember. Okay. You can't do much with these jokers. But what you can do is help your daughters out. You got to help your daughters. You got to give them a chance as a man. Forget these older women. Forget them. Leave them alone. Oh, you're getting married. Okay, excellent. Love to hear that. Leave the older ones alone. I said it. I said it. Leave them alone. You can't do nothing with them. You know how many men come to my comment section, especially on my Instagram account, and they try to, these women will be saying this, and sometimes they'll be asking for advice or help. You know how many men that try to, and then a lot of the men are now like, you know what? Forget it. They can't be saved. You can't help them. It's not worth it. I don't bother with, and I'm tell y'all something. I don't do all this following up and shit to try to figure out what happened to the woman I was talking to. We had a great conversation, great one-on-one. I learned her story. Why didn't she come back and talk to me? I don't care. I just go and make more content. I'm not relying on them to pay me no fee. And if you don't care that much about yourself to try to make yourself better at this point in your life, then ain't nobody gonna care about you. You don't give a damn about yourself. You 35 years old, 40 years old. You haven't cared much about yourself, and you want me to care about you? Your parents ain't been there to care about you. Your mama ain't been there to care much about you. Your daddy, come on, talk to me. Shout out to brother, I think is Devon. It's either Devin or Devon. He said, your authenticity makes your content a joy to watch. My brother, salute to you. Thank you for the super chat. Let's go. Shout out to the brother. That's his first super chat on a live stream too. My brother, I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it's real. It's crazy out here. These are some clingy ass women. Desperate. And they be the main ones saying that all these men are in their DMs thirsty. All these dudes keep trying to get in their DMs, trying to talk to them thirsty. No, you are desperate. You say, Guru, it's a bunch of 304s out here, it's a bunch of hoes out here, because they desperate. Ooh, Guru, you speaking that thing. Shout out to brother Quan. Thank you, my brother, for the super chat. He said, I'm 29, brother, in Islam. It's all fun and games until we reach 35, 40, 45. These BWs don't know the pain they will face. That's correct, in a decade or so. You are exactly right, brother. They don't realize the pain that they're going to face. And it's not just BWs either. It's a lot of, but yeah, the main ones are going to be BWs. Guru, I have a date next week. What's a good first date idea? So not letting her take all my dough. Talk to her on the phone. FaceTime her. See what that house looked like. See what she looked like with all that damn makeup and lashes and all that shit. FaceTime her. Let that be your first date or meeting or whatever, however you talk to her. FaceTime her. You ain't got to worry about, am I going to get none? Or you ain't got to worry about none of this. She's wife material. You ain't got to worry about it. You figure it out on the phone call. I want to meet up with no women in this day and time until you can talk to her on video chat and verify who she is. Verify who she is. And then you can also see what kind of woman she is. If she ain't ask no questions about you, then she don't really like you. If she don't want to FaceTime you, video chat you, then she don't really like you. She's not that interested. Leave her ass alone. The hell away from her. There's plenty of women in this world. You gotta, as they say, you gotta cast your net far and wide. You have to cast your net far and wide. You cannot wait around at all for these women. Cast your net far and wide. Same for women. Make sure you FaceTime the men and learn what they about. Lee, did he ask, was the woman that asked the question, or I could have sworn it was a man that asked me. I could have sworn a man asked me the question, but you coming in here and bringing your 2 cents in here. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked a woman anything. And first and foremost, this is a man's channel. And I stand on my channel. I don't care who's in here, how many people's in here, whatever. I'm going to always be me. You go back to when I was doing this, my very first live stream ever, I only had 9 people. When I had a little over 1,000 followers. So, and I've had the same voice, the same tone, the same talk. And ain't never ran from none of these jokers. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. And y'all notice something, right? When I hold these topics like this, these women, they can't, I want y'all to pay careful attention. There's certain topics that I have about, like I'm doing tonight, the women being so needy. They know this stuff is true. They can't refute it. That's why it's hard for them to have conversations with me about this because they know it's true. What I'm saying is true. They can't deal with it. Shout out to Brother Robert, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. I did get it. Thank you so much, Robert, for the super chat. Appreciate you, as always. Why they use people for money? Why who use people for money? These women? Well, that's part of what we're talking about tonight. See, the clingy, needy. I need y'all to get my like count up, folks. Take 1 second. Get the likes up. Just leave the chat for a minute. Stop watching the screen. A lot of y'all want to watch the screen. Come on, let's get the likes up. We need the likes way up. Let's go, folks. The clingy, needy woman, the low self-esteem woman, the woman that's always in need of attention. It's all the same woman, right? Usually, the women in her family, her mom, whatever, she was probably like that. Same way. So they learn, the mama is teaching the daughter the ways. Girl, you don't got to feel down and bad about yourself. You don't got to be sad. And what you in here crying for? And she tell her, and they teach them how to use their body. You can get money for this. You can get money for your body, your ass. They teach them that. They teach them how they can get money and fame and clout, and you can catch a man with this. You better learn how to use that body. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, even up to the grandma's generation, they teach them this shit. They have these conversations with them. And they lie. You know, they come on my platform and act like girls are out here, you know, we're this, we're that. We don't have enough support and help and blah, blah, blah. They say all that shit, but behind closed doors, that's not how they talk to each other. Do y'all hear me? I want y'all to pay careful attention to that. What I just said, behind closed doors, that's not how they talk to each other. Shout out to brother Adrian for the super chat. My brother. Assalamu alaikum to you. Thank you so much for the support, brother. They don't sit there and talk to each other like that behind. You know, we don't have enough support in life. We don't have enough people that are supporting our cause and our mission and know what's going on with us as women. We're not backed by enough. They don't talk to each other like that. Girl will be sad, and then her friend will come and tell her what she did to make money last week. Girl, there's no reason for you to be sad. That's how they'll talk to him. Shout out to Melinda for the super chat. She said, I love your realness. Thank you so much, Melinda, for the super chat. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? They don't talk to each other the way that you think they talk to each other. That's not how they out here talking to each other. They're teaching each other, hey, girl, this is what I did last week. I was down just like that at one particular time. But what I did to overcome that, let me tell you what you have to do. Money, go shopping. You know how I got money real fast? Let me tell you how I use these men to get my girl. It was so funny. This guy took him on a date and, he thought he was going to get some from me, and I just led him on the whole time. And I got his ass so good, and I had him begging just to see pictures of my feet. It's the kind of shit that they talk behind closed doors. This is how they talk behind closed doors. And they get online and play this victim shit like they're so sad and crying that they get no help, that they're out here working this hard and nobody's feeling sorry for them and nobody loves them and helping them and they don't get enough support and blah, blah, blah. All that BS. And that's why they don't like me, because I'm the one that reveals, I know their secrets. I reveal all of this stuff. I know their secrets. I know the language, the hidden language. I can speak all of this and I can speak it freely. And they mad because I have a platform, a growing platform every day. I don't care what they say to me. Let me tell you something, folks. I look at all my numbers. I did record numbers in the last 30 days on all my platforms. The numbers speak for themselves. I did record numbers on all my platforms in the last 30 days. And that's what they're mad about. Because they wanted to see if they could shake me. You couldn't shake me with that BS calling me you a fake this, you'll want to be this, you'll never be this, you'll never be that. You couldn't shake me. Still here. 2 years later, 3 years later, still here. Come on, Guru. Shout out to Mrs. Gail. Thank you so much, my sister, for the super chat. She said they can't stand each other too. They plot each other's downfall. That is true. Then they will meet for brunch. That is totally true, Mrs. Gail. Shout out to Mrs. Gail. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're exactly right. You're absolutely right. They will plot each other's downfall. Good evening. Good evening. They lie to each other. They lie to each other's faces. They try to make it seem like it's more than what it is, and it's not. It's a bunch of fake BS, a bunch of lies. Let's go, folks. I need y'all to continue to get the likes up. Super phony. Super phony. Take some calls. Take some calls from who? These women can't deal with me. They don't want to talk to me. These women are afraid of me. They see, let me tell y'all something. These women are afraid because they see the power. They see the influence. They see this. It scares them. It terrifies them. When a man can speak very strong and dominant, whatever, and they don't got nothing on me. They can't do nothing with me. They don't got no scandal on me. They ain't got nothing on me. They can come and they make little, comments or whatever every now and then, but that's all they can do. That's the best they can do. So what are they going to come here and say? They can't come here and say I'm lying. They can't come in here and challenge what I'm saying. What are they going to do? Just end up getting embarrassed? And they didn't see how many of them women then got embarrassed by me. Shout out to Brother Perry. Thank you, brother, for the PayPal donation. He said, Guru, you're cooking tonight, bro. Stay preaching, my brother. Yes, sir. I will stay preaching. Somebody said, real talk. Yeah. Folks, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up on none of the stuff that they do on social media and make it, all of it is fake confidence. The confidence that they act like they're displaying. I'm gonna tell you, the ones that act like they so bad and stuff with their body and their clothes and how they're able to get whoever they want and whatever they want out of life. Those are the most insecure ones, usually. Those are the most insecure ones. Those are usually the ones probably that are the biggest crybabies behind closed doors. Right? The ones that, I mean, you can see it. The one that you say, oh my gosh, she's bad. Look at how she's just showing all of her body off, and I can see all the way through her birth canal. I can see her whole crotch. I can see inside of her behind hole. Any of all of that stuff. I can see the crotch outline. I can see the nip. When you can see all that stuff, when they act like that, those are the most insecure, the lowest self-esteem women. Those are the worst women that you can mate with. Worst women. You will never be able to fill up her insecurity. She'll always be very insecure. As they say, when the men think that you think you can save them. I got dudes, goofy dudes that come in my chat room. Guru, that girl you was talking to, please, what's her IG or whatever? I can save her. Can't save a damn thing. You can't save nothing. Let's think about it for a minute, folks. Why would a woman need to make a video for a whole bunch of clout? And she's doing something that most of the time is with her body. Why? Just think about that. In a day and time where they say that They got all these degrees. They got all of this education. They got all of these careers. Why would you need to make yourself famous or try to get clout off of whatever you're doing with your crotch or your behind or your breast? Why? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If you're secure in your job and in your money and in your life, you don't need to do that with your body. You don't need to do that with your body. You'll catch the replay. Yes, if you missed any of this stream, go ahead and catch the replay. Folks, if you want to watch any more of me, I'm going to head over to the Instagram and stay on YouTube. We're going to go over there for a minute. You have to catch me over there. If not, for you people who are watching me on any other platform outside of Instagram and YouTube, have a good night. If you don't catch me over on my YouTube channel, if you don't want to go over there and watch me, have a good night. All right, folks, I'm going to bring in the people on the Instagram channel because they be complaining sometimes. Guru, why don't you come back? Instagram gives me trouble sometimes when I'm streaming. Instagram gives me trouble. I wish they would make their live streaming platform better. I wish they would improve their live streaming platform. All right, let's bring them in. Folks, do me a favor if you haven't done it yet. Anybody that's watching that hasn't done it yet, that hasn't hit the like button, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button for me. That's all I need you to do. All I need you to do is hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Also, really quickly, yeah, looks like Instagram is down anyway. They're always having trouble. Hopefully, Instagram is always having trouble with their live stream. Folks, if you are not aware, once again, take a screenshot of this real quick. I got your hookup for this tax season. I want to make sure you guys get hooked up with this tax season and get every discount you can get, every credit you can get, tax credit, whatever you can get, whatever you're eligible for. I want to make sure you get that. Go ahead and go over to the Tax Oasis. Go over to their website, thetaxoasis.com, and let them know I sent you. They'll handle your personal tax return, business tax return, whatever you need, they will handle it for you. Whatever you need, they'll handle it for you. I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you take a screenshot, and I appreciate everybody that takes advantage of this offer. It's only going to go for this tax season, so you'll get this discount. I don't know, they may offer you a special rate in the future for being a customer, but for this tax season, you'll definitely get the discount. thetaxoasis.com, 954-832-7518. All right, folks, let me see if I can fix this app, because once again, Instagram is having problems. Special shout out to Judica for the Cash App. Thank you so much, Judica, for the Cash App. I did get it. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Let me ask you a question real quick, because I got a lot of regulars real quick before I bring on the next guest. Do y'all like seeing these comments like this on the screen? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Is it distracting or anything? Do y'all like that? It's something that I added. I want to make sure to try to give y'all a better viewing experience. That's why I did certain things while improving my camera. That's why my camera looks better. The sound, my audio is better, all of that, because I did work to improve it all. I think I have a choice between two coaches to help me, you and someone else. Y'all both are good. Okay. Okay, yes, because you have, okay, so y'all do like it. Okay, good, good. All right, perfect. I'm glad that y'all like this. Yeah, I don't know. Instagram is just down. What's going on, brother?
Let me unmute myself. Hey, how's it going?
Good evening, good evening. Let me bring you over here on the screen so the people can see you. And we'll get into what, this is a great brother with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, folks. He's been on my show multiple times. Really enjoy his I really enjoy his perspective. So you guys are in for a treat tonight. So sometimes you'll see him in the what's your name in the comments when you comment, brother?
Oh, it's gonna be bad, Gemini, but you might see people from my show figuring this out. That's me and my homie Mr. Life. So Man Made Media TV. That's what it is. So at Man Made Media TV. Me solo, I don't have a show, even though sometimes he crowns like you out here being lazy, go out here and get it. I have a question though to ask you, Guru. So I saw that 954. I'm like, yeah, are you happening to plug them, or are you from around that way? Because I'm born and raised in Fort Lauderdale. So
No, so I actually have a sponsorship deal with them, where they contacted me and reached out, and they wanted, because they've been coaching clients of mine, and they wanted me to help them promote their business. And and I checked them out first, and we did some some conversation to see what they were all about. And then once I said, okay, no problem. So they're professional tax service, full tax service business, professional website, good at doing taxes, great reviews. So you guys can check them out. That's how I know them. They were just a coaching client of mine.
Okay. I was like, man, I saw that 954. I'm like, oh, okay, we going back home. Yeah, but how's it been? I know it's been happy New Year, because it's first time pulling up for the New Year. So what's good? How things?
Yeah, what's going on with you? I mean, I'm here, brother, and I'm ready to get this thing going. So go ahead. What you got for me on, the topic tonight? I'm not sure if you've paid attention. But the topic tonight that I've been talking about is how these women today are super needy and clingy, and it's evident by the way that they are displayed on social media. And I'm seeing now they're getting creative, and they're just showing more of their neediness and clean. They'll be laying on a dude. Sometimes a dude, I know that I could look at the dude and be like, I know he got 3 and 4 different women he probably messing with. She be laying on top of the dude, making a social media video talking about, uh, I'm never going anywhere when a man don't have a social media account. So she's just desperate to know, like, if he has a social media account, I don't want nothing to do with them, right? Because they've been out here in these streets and they've been burned. They've been burned by all these different guys, right? That they've had intercourse with. They met a guy, they gave a guy a chance that they thought, he was talking smooth to them on Instagram. I know what that is, right? That's why they saying they don't want the guy to have social media, because they didn't got burned by a dude that they met on Instagram or some other social media site. They flew out, or they flew, whatever. So now they figure, oh, if I can just find me a man that don't have social media, I won't get burnt. And they don't realize that the problem is within them. What you got for me on that?
You're making me laugh, because when I think about social media, it's probably you're at an advantage as a woman if you have a guy that's on social media, because the guys who don't want social media, they tend to like more discretion. They can operate like thieves in the night. They're not leaving a digital trail, so they're like, yeah, I don't need to be out here, but in these streets, the people who know, they know, and they're actually quite fine with that. So the social media presence, you want that, because if you're one of those women, right, if you're insecure and you need to track them, at least there's some type of digital trail. Like in other instances, when there's not that, you just take them at face value, what the word, whatever your guy tells you. Now, you did mention something when you talk about the needy women. Look, I'm not discrediting those women. I like it, because I understand like the essence of a man. You kind of want that woman who has the element, like, I depend on you for something. I would like that. Like, she can be modern, but what we have as modern is full-fledged independency, where you can have elements of being independent, which means if the guy is not present, can you do the basic things on your own without needing any direction? You should be able to do those as a woman. But the women who are completely just, like pretty much they're stuck in terms of not because they don't know what needs to be done. They're waiting on the direction of the man. A man is actually intrigued and loves a woman that can figure things out. That doesn't mean she does things on her own. It means I can present a plan to my man and we can figure it out together. When you can't present a plan as a woman, the guy is starting to look at you as inefficient and you're useless, because your job is not to figure out everything by yourself, but your job should be, can I present a plan to my guy and we can figure it out together? And that's how I look at it. This is this is my guy right here. Man made me the TV. He pulled up. This is Mr. Life. And it's funny, Guru, because I don't typically see you pull up two folks, but yeah, this is the home team, so I'm glad you pulled them up. I ain't know you're gonna do that.
Hey man, you know I'm sick, but I had to join my boy. How you doing, sir? Great to meet you.
What's going on with you? Yeah, I had to just make sure I could get both of you guys here at the same time. I think we good.
Yeah, we
Good to meet you too as well.
Great, Mr. Life here.
All right, we got Mr. Life in the building. We got Gemini in the building. We got, we should be able to have a powerful discussion right now on this topic. We, like I said, I don't know if you've been keeping up a little bit, but I've been talking about how these women have become more needy than ever, more clingy than ever. They are using social media to show it. I mean, it's more evident. It's just the fact that I wish more brothers, more men, especially the younger guys, had the knowledge and wisdom to pick up on what's going on, to be able to say, and that takes the guy. And I didn't have it. I didn't have it from my father. My father couldn't teach me or didn't know how to teach me this stuff, right? But I'm glad that I have the wisdom now and I can pass it on to other men and younger men and let them know. But I wish my father would have put me on and told me, this is the sign of a clingy woman, a needy woman. This is who you need to avoid. This is the sign of this kind of woman. This is who you need to avoid, and the clingy, needy woman is definitely huge in the community right now, especially in the Black community, but it's in a lot of different communities, and they're just destroying the fabric, the moral fabric, the family unit, all of that. They're destroying it because it's all about them. They're selfish, right? They want the man. We're talking about, you need to know where he's at all times. He can't have social media. Some of them even want the man that's locked up in jail, right? They want the man that's in jail because the jailbird, they know where he's at. He's not going nowhere. They know what women. Go ahead, brother.
No, you're right. He can be controlled, and she know where he is, and she know what he's going to do, well, to some degree. But I want to piggyback on something that you said about women and men and social media, because I think you made a point about women saying they don't want a man that's not on social media. But all my friends that's not on social media is for a reason. That's because they can't be tracked or traced, and they don't leave a footprint. And those are the main ones that's doing their dirt. And I think women don't recognize that. Men have leveled their game up and understand what's going on. And they are now understanding that they got to play a game a whole different way. Fellas that are usually not on social media probably going to have a great job, but they still in the game doing their thing. And they don't get that point because they understand they don't want nobody tracking them, especially with these Facebook sites now, to where women can go on a city, have you dated this guy? I'm not sure if you saw this, but that's a real thing out there where they post the guy's picture. So guys just stepped away from it. They just stopped putting their picture out there on social media. So if you can't find my picture and I'm not allowing you to take a picture of me, now you can't go on Facebook and post my picture inside one of the group and say, are you dating these guys? Yeah. Are you dating him? Each city has one of these sites to where you can put up, are you dating this guy? And that's a real thing with women. They always want to cross-check. But the thing is with men, I think men need to understand that inside this day and age, women have always been clingy. That's always the thing. But the degree of women and what they're going on right now, especially with, and also with being involved inside social media, because they get a fix off of it. It's like a dopamine fix. It's a cocaine addictive fix. So when they don't have that, they want to be, like you said, laying on you all the time, constantly being bombarded and needing that attention. It's almost like a drug. It is a drug. And They need it from you and from social media at the same time. So they're not going to give up the social media. So men need to understand when you're walking inside these situations, you have to be brutally honest about who you are and what you do. Stop lying to these broads. No need to lie in these days. Coochie is at an all-time low cost.
Mm.
You don't need to lie to kick it. You don't have to flex like you got all that. If one says no, I can guarantee you there. If 7 of them says no, you just have to have the stamina and the willpower just to keep asking. I guarantee you'll find your 3 or your 4 that'll get on your program and your plan. The problem is we can talk about the women, but when it boils down to it, it's the men. Women gonna only move as far as the man lets them. And if men are moving sideways, because I say one thing about black men, we go along just to get some. We go along just to get some coochie. We go along just to get a plate. We go along just to get some peace. We go along just to get profit. We'll do whatever it needs to do to get inside your pants. And that's lie, steal, and cheat. There's no need for you to do that anymore. We keep talking about the economy of sex. Coochie is at an all-time low cost. Don't worry about what they're saying out of your mouth on
Brother, we got a
Facebook and
woman.
Instagram.
We got a woman in the comment section who said, "You complaining about women learning how to embrace their femininity and express their needs." Before you, I want you to address that, either one of y'all brothers. But before you do that, let me give a shout out to Keith. Brother Keith said they want it one way, but it's the other way. This is the term from a TV series called The Wire. We shouldn't be fine with today's narrative. Got to change it today. Yeah, definitely got to change it. But yeah, if you want to address this woman, Miss Sean, if you want to address either one of y'all, I think that's a good thing to address.
What was it coming again?
Yeah, she said, you are complaining about women learning how to embrace their femininity and express their needs.
Can I say this real quick? I would say when I hear that, it seems like a basic statement in terms of, yeah, there's no problem with that. But when I really dissect it, when I hear those two terms, femininity and needs, for me, there's a direct conflict, because if you're showing femininity, then the needs part doesn't matter to me as a guy. It's my woman. I want to make sure she's good. That is that simple. Like if she's being a truly feminine woman, I don't care about you. Like me, it won't even make it to needs. For me, I'm trying to already calculate and process what your needs might be, because you're showing yourself as a pleasant woman, right? You're malleable, you're respectful, you're loving. And so that's that. So I'm going to take care of that. But when you're saying, oh, feminine, and then you have to kind of put an emphasis on needs, I look at it like, okay, then you're not as feminine as you may present yourself to be. And it goes back to the cleanliness, because there's a distinction. When you brought up the whole thing, Guru, like I look at it like this here. When you say, are you told that you should be clingy, or are you naturally clingy? There's a natural state of woman that's clingy, but now because of social media, they're being directed that you should be clingy, which means put a demand on a man he should be cash apping you before he even meets you for the date. He should be doing, there's a lot of things that you're aligning your thought process as a collective of, this is what the woman should do. And I'm like, hold on, that's an AI type of clingy right now. Because if you're naturally clingy, that's just the existence of human beings. You talking about women, but right now they're being pre-programmed to say this is what you should command from a guy, and you shouldn't settle for any less than that. So you should put that demand on them and do it. And it just comes watered down, and I dislike the whole situation, because now guys who are not equipped for this, they have to try to decipher, is she genuine? Oh, she can't change a tire, right? Okay, cool. Or any man I'm with better be able to change my tire, because if he can't, what kind of man is that? There's a difference in that. And then guess what? If I can't change a tire, Guru, I'm going to outsource it, because a real man's going to still figure out a way to get it done. If I can't do it, I'm going to pay somebody to get it done. So, looking at the demand versus, okay, it would be good if he can do it. And so now we're in the demand aspect of relationships, where women are taught that you should put a demand on a man, But guess what? You haven't shown your value. How are you going to demand something without any value? And so I don't know if anybody else will chime in, but yeah,
Yeah,
demanding without value
well, you
is a
know what,
slap in the
brother?
face.
You know what, brother? While you were saying that, I was just looking for this other woman's comment because she said she wants this other comment she made to be addressed. Lady, you could have came up and said it. You ain't got to hide in the chat room. She says the sad state of affairs when 35 plus overgrown men sit on social media gossiping about the needs of women. First, you complain about women being too hyper independent.
All right, let me address that because I think this needs to be addressed. Us as men, we need to understand one thing. A lot of these women went to special ed. And when you understand what special ed is, you have to know how to play the game. A lot of these women went to know how to use excuses and a lot of diversionary tactics. So that's the special ed, excuses, and try to divert you away from the real thing of what you're trying to accomplish. Your goal is to position men to be better men. Our goal is to have fun, talk about everything from politics to women, to men, and a whole dichotomy of things. What we have to make sure is what we do is when they use the diversionary tactics, like what she's trying to do right now, she's trying to divert the conversation off of where it needs to be. Notice that she's not talking about women being clingy. That's not the real thing. So men need to understand these excuses and diversionary tactics. Men need to understand. Kevin Samuels and BGS gave us sign language, right? Shame, excuses. I mean, so guilt need to be right. They gave us all that, and I came up with special ed. So make sure that you understand the excuses and those diversionary tactics. Don't give in to that. Understand what you're trying to accomplish. Always come back to the goal at hand. What we're talking about tonight is women being clingy. So we're going to stick here. I understand that you need to have attention right now. So we're going to give you attention the way that you need it by not addressing your comments, but we're going to address you as a woman. Yes, I am over 35. I am 48 years old, married for 11 years now, been with my wife for 13 years, been doing YouTube for 4 years, and I am a highly successful man. How I got my wife was having a vision, purpose, and a plan. And like I said tonight, I married my wife when she expressed to me that she was a wife before she became a wife. You women don't understand that you got to qualify to be a wife, same way men have to qualify to be a husband. You can't just say that you're going to turn into a wife when he gives you a ring. And that's why we have single women up here commenting about men that's already married and happily married and faithful, talking about relationships.
That got women, right? Men that have women, men that are successful, men that have they don't. Let me tell y'all something. This is the woman, and especially the black woman's worst nightmare. When they see a black man with a damn microphone,
It is.
and he's not a simp, and he has a woman, and his stuff looks like it's put together. When you combine all that, I mean, that is their worst nightmare. Miss Sean, since you keep saying all of this stuff, she keeps running her mouth and talking crazy. That's still in the comments right now. What about you? Do you have a husband? Where's your husband at? What man has loved on you and decided to be faithful to you for the last, or for the next 20, 30 years, or the rest of your life? And for the last 20, 30 years, where's your husband at?
Let's try to be a little bit more. Let's try to be a little bit more productive with her right now because we can't see the comments. So put that up there. Miss Sean, I'm going to ask you a different question. My wife said something to me that really catches me. She said that most relationships don't happen or break up because there are uncommunicated expectations. So let me ask you this. What are your expectations of a man? One. And two, what do you think said man needs from you in order to make sure that you can be compatible for him? I heard another podcaster say a problem with people today, they don't try to be what the other person needs. in order to get inside a relationship. You don't try to up your skill level. So that's what we need to find out. What are your expectations and what do you expect from the other man? And what do you expect from the man? Because I think we can have a lot better conversation there if you're not married. But if you're married, that leads to another whole conversation.
She's not married. She
Yeah.
just wrote right here, I'm well under
Yeah.
25, have plenty of time to
Okay.
attract a husband.
Okay,
And
well,
she thinks this is funny. She's getting, it's funny. You laughing at this. You getting entertainment off of this. But you also shamed us a few minutes ago saying that we over 35 up here having these conversations. But now you entertained by it because you've been in here watching and listening. You can't make this shit up.
I listen to trigger words. When you first off, typically when you hear the word gossip, that's something that's done amongst it's behind closed doors, right? That's what makes it official. It's not for everybody. We're on Front Street, which means it's grown men that are communicating. There's no gossip in this, right? So that's one key distinction we have to make. When we hear gossip, there's a catty energy. It's not typically on Front Street. It's not for everybody. It's you making or poking fun of somebody. When you have three, well-mannered gentlemen speaking, solid conversation, nobody's cussing. Nobody has even called a woman out her name.
I never do that, brother. I never call them bees or nothing like that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand, like, when we start adding the distinction of gossip, then all you're doing is deflecting, as mentioned by both of you. So that's why I don't really entertain that aspect. But if you talk about insight, that's all we're given. But when she gave her age, this is not as prevalent as it should be for her right now. But the thing is, you don't have to take on the whole conversation. Just revisit a nugget or two from this 5 years and it'll make sense. Everything you get in life doesn't have to make sense the moment you get it.
Right.
Just keep it, and then at some point, if you can't remember it, it'll make sense when it's time to make sense. And that's even me. I have stuff that, I'm like, okay, I got you 5 years later, 10 years later. And so what happens is when somebody can't process that, it's easy to just, push that to the side, discredit it, and throw these, the banter and the slander. And so I respect both of you. First off, this is my guy right here with Mr. Life. So that's the home team. But even Guru, because when you're coming, people have to understand, you don't have to like what somebody's saying, but if they present it in a way, they're presenting a way for you to have a discussion. Women that want to elevate actually can have a discussion with men. When they shut down, that means you're not ready to elevate. That's the simple thing. If you want to ask any woman when you know they're ready to hit that switch, they can have a conversation, a genuine discussion. Any woman that banters and shuts a guy down, throws down all the sign language, like you say, it's like, okay, at this moment, something we're saying is rubbing you wrong and you're not ready to elevate.
And you know what, brother?
This discussion is not for you.
Exactly. It's not for, well, you know what? The other brother, Mr. Light, he mentioned the trigger, right? And it is a trigger. It's a trigger because, and I've been doing this long enough, usually women like that, when they start talking like that, they didn't have a father. They didn't get the attention that they should have got from the man that should have been there in their life, right? And she don't even realize. It's crazy that she's coming on here saying that, because most of my topic tonight, I've been talking to the brothers, to the men, been telling them, go get your daughters. Don't let these women raise your daughter. When I got a crazy baby mama, she's doing this, she's causing chaos, she won't let me see my daughter, blah, blah, blah. You need to go get your daughter. Very important. You need to get your son too, but you need to at least fight as much as you can for your daughter, because what she's doing is she's raising the mama's raising another clingy woman that's going to rely on showing her body off to try to get ahead in life, using men, doing all kind of just BS that they shouldn't be doing, running the streets, trying to get attention and get her needs met from every direction. So we're talking about the needs of a woman. Well, if you had a good father, strong father in your life, then the words that we're saying would penetrate your soul and they would resonate. And you would say, yes, these brothers are talking real. Guru, he's speaking facts. He's speaking because my father was there. My father talked like this. My father didn't want me out here in these streets. My father cared about me and loved me. My father showed up every chance he got. My father didn't just let any old boys just try to run up through me, run up inside of me, and just leave me to be in the streets, to be used up. And they think this shit is cute. They think this is the way to go. A lot of them, they think this is the way to get money because it's fast money or whatever. And they're getting attention in the moment that only lasts for a moment. That's not true love. This clingy stuff y'all seeing on social media when they laying on the guy saying, I don't want no man that got social media. I don't want no man that has this. My man better have this, better have that. And I'm holding on to him tight and they crying at the same time. She's battered. She's beat up. Some of these girls are not even 25 yet. This woman in the comments, Miss Sean, is 25. Some of these women are not even her age yet, making these posts. My God. You got 21, 22, 23-year-old women that have gone through so much chaos and drama and trauma from being out here, being with these kind of dudes and chasing love and chasing attention. They're just beyond repair, some of them, even before they hit 25. It's wild out here. Shout out to brother Keith. He said she parachuted from somewhere. Get real with it. Yeah, brother, it's sad that anytime men step up to the plate and try to be real men, right? When we try to be real men and have tough conversations, have real conversations, we get shamed by our women.
And
more than anything else, I get a few men here and there will tell me I'm fake, I'm a wannabe, or I need to be quiet talking to women like that. I get a few here and there, but I get a whole lot of opposition from women. Who are you to tell a woman anything? Why don't you just talk to the man? And I'll tell these brothers right now, and they will tell you, if we got 90% of the men on board, let's say there were a room, let's say we were having a conversation with 100 men, and 90 of the men were on board with everything we're talking about. And they said, hey, you know what? We're going to be committed to being husbands, staying out of these streets, not messing with skeezers, whatever, having some values, some morals. But 10 of the guys said, nah, F y'all, F that. I'm going to go out here and F these hoes. I'm going to go out here and do whatever I want to do. You can't tell me nothing. Those 10 men, would y'all agree, as long as the women allow them to, they're enough to keep screwing, making a whole bunch of babies, illegitimate children, and cause chaos and havoc in the society? Would you guys agree that those 10 men are enough? Even if the 90 are agreeing with us, those 10 men can do it.
Yes.
Would y'all agree with that? Yeah. 10 men. Because guess what? The women control, they're the ones who birth the babies. We can't birth babies. So you didn't have children by all these different no good ass dudes. Even if we've talked to all of the men and got majority of them on our side, it's not going to matter if y'all are the ones who are giving access of your body to these kind of dudes. Degrading yourself. You push out. I've never seen anything like this. The needy women I'm talking about, they're the ones who push out perversion, and then they'll later get back and talk about how all of these guys made them, were so perverted and did all these things to them. They were in rooms. I was in room. I've seen interviews of this stuff. I was in rooms of guys and they had me doing this and that. And they don't talk about how they were getting paid for it. They don't talk about how they were looking for the next guy and the cat's out the bag. They got videos of it. You can see and hear how these women are out on the street talking to these guys as the cars are passing by. The ones that are selling their thing. Come on, they be hitting the car. I don't have all day. Do you want to do something or not? They don't be sitting out there like, oh, I'm just a victim. I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, you talking about the ones on the blade, the ones that be working.
Yeah, the ones that's working, selling that thing. That's what I'm saying. You got women that will try to speak up in this day and time and act like they just so victimized and they just being used and abused out here on these streets. There's video now. We can see. They're not talking as no victims on these streets. They trying to make that money.
But you're also missing where they send you a text for a cash out before they go on the date. That's kind of parallel to the same thing. You say that you are not in a transactional relationship and you ain't selling coochie, but at the same time, you still selling peach, because if you want me to send you a $200 cash out before we go out, you kind of selling yourself. You kind of told me that you're a product. And most of y'all, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just hold that one.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, the only time that ever happened to me, because the women, I don't even let it get that far, but I had one woman, she was on me hard. I don't know. She had some type of fetish with me. And then I said, well, your profile is private. What are you about? I said, go ahead and talk to me. She's like, well, I would really like to come talk to you in person. I only live an hour flight away from you. So I will pay for my own flight to come see you. But as soon as she said, I never talked to her again. She said, but I need you to send me some money because I want to get my hair done, my nails done, and get a real cute outfit to look good for you before I get out there. So I'm like, so how you been getting your hair and nails done and getting cute outfits this whole time? Because you damn well don't ask, you ain't asking me or whoever else to get you that when you go out to the club on Saturday. You finding a way, either if it's through your job or whatever you selling, you got money to pay for a new outfit to go out to the club. You ain't going.
Right thing,
I've never seen too many women in my days when I used to go, that was going out and they nails look like mine.
All masculine and stuff.
Yeah, they nails didn't look like they had them nails done. They and especially, trust me, women, they ain't gonna go out if that hair ain't done. That is the no. They won't go out. That hair has got to be done when they go out. Now, I don't know, some of these ratchet ass places, they might be going out in bonnets now. I don't know. I haven't kept up. But the places that I've always went to, they don't go out. That hair got to be done. Go ahead.
The thing is, man, I'm going to go back to the men. Be honest. Be upfront. Say what you got to say. And do what Black Guru just did. Be brutally honest with them. And let the chips fall where they may. Don't care about what they have to say about that. But once again, men like to go along just to get some. And men will play the long game and lie to these bras and get themselves caught up inside chaos just to get a piece of sex. It's not even worth it. Because in the long run, if you are not trying to build yourself up to be successful in life, you're gonna find yourself trying to be successful in life later in life. And that's the bottom line about all this. So it's up to you. I'm not telling you just to focus on trying to go to work and put your head down. Nah, I never tell you do that because I didn't do that, right? I'm not going to lie to you like that. But there is a way to play the game and win the game and still be successful at life at the same time. And how you do that is always be honest. Be honest with the women, be honest with your friends, and be honest with your family, and most of all, be honest with yourself and who you are. And young men are not honest with themselves about who they are. And you need to be brutally honest with yourself. So you need to accept yourself and know who you are and play the game how it go. We have young men out there think they deserve women that look like 8, 9s, and 10s and won't get up and go do anything to themselves. Be brutally honest with yourself.
Big facts.
Hey man, I'm 6'5" and brown eyes, bro. And even I had to start off killing coons and possums. And what I mean by that, when I first started getting inside the game, dealing with women, I wasn't getting 8, 9s, and 10s. Most men that tell you that they started out that way are lying to you. You have to play with average women. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Most of us are average. Look, I'm still average. I'm 6'5", brown eyes, still average. It is what it is. But when I know where I'm at, I can play the game how I go. You can play the game how it goes. And a lot of you all have these precepts built up inside your head that you want Instagram models. Instagram models is not where it's at. Go get the girl next door that's going to treat you right. That's going to, instead of come to you with a hand out, she's going to come to you with a hand up and going to actually try to help you grow and build. That's all the women that I dealt with after I got out of my whole phase. If she wasn't working with nothing, she wasn't working with me. But y'all don't want to play that game. Y'all just think, man, I want to get it because she got a small waist and a big butt. Bro, it's way more than life than that.
Facts. I teach these brothers, and you know what? You spoke nothing but facts there. I teach these brothers all the time that the biggest thing, you know, and especially for the guys that didn't have a strong father in your life, the biggest thing that you can do to measure yourself as a man is not how many women you can get, but how many can you turn down. That's a focused man. That's a man that has purpose. That's a man that knows where he's going in life. He's not controlled or driven by women. The women will come after because they see his success, because they see what he's doing. He's not worried about chasing after them. And that driven man, if you find that's the number one thing. If you learn how to master that, especially as a black man, because we have a lot of black men that have trouble with that. You can master that and hone that energy. There's no stopping you. You got to think about it, right? And I teach the brothers, and especially at a young age in life, if you find you can get you a really good woman and not these skeezers where you don't have to worry about chasing after a woman and you stay with her, she's a good girl, right? I mean, you think about some of the greatest athletes, greatest guys that have been in business, anything, they usually have had a good woman by their side from early on in life. Usually they had a really good woman by their side. And you look at, you know, one of my favorite ball players of all time, Kobe, right? Even though he had his little scandal for a little minute, we won't discuss that. But the man, besides that, he remained faithful to his family all that time, focused on his career. LeBron, Michael Jordan. I mean, you can go on and on and on. These guys were focused, and they had their wives at the time, or whatever, they had their family, but they were focused. They were driven. They weren't out chasing all these women. You look at the guys that didn't do as well, right? Party guys, always out in the clubs, always chasing after women, scandals with women. Got to learn from these things and make better choices. It's not cool when you in the media. If you're a public figure, it's not cool when you're in the media and you're going through a huge battle over child support and all kind of other shit with your wife or your ex or your baby mama. And you got to try to focus and keep your head clear for whatever you got going on. Many, we can say the downfall of some of the greatest men and even athletes have been because of that stuff like that with women. One at the top of my head comes Mike Tyson. You start noticing the more partying he did, the more chasing after women, messing with him, and not being imagine if Tyson would have had a really good wife by his side, was maybe even a man of faith like that early in his career. Imagine the difference it would have made in his trajectory. You know, what happened to him, somebody like Tyson, and you compare that to some of the other guys who didn't have all that, who weren't in all these scandals, who weren't partying all the time.
Look, you're going to have me cutting up. I'm going to say the wrong answer. I'm going to be like, yeah, he would have been like Muhammad Ali. He would have had his wife and just some outside babies and a successful career. Let me stop this. But no, let me behave. I will say this, you know, interesting, because this all draws back to earlier with the comments and stuff in the chat. And when we're talking about women in terms of me as a guy, if you're talking about the core of what I want to be when I want to crash out and be dysfunctional, I don't understand why women would be mad when a guy wants to be responsible, respectful, and present. Like, you don't think guys want to crash out and be a donkey? I would love to do that. Like, yeah, let's get stupid. I'm finna trick out on y'all. I'm finna disrespect y'all. I'm gonna act a fool. And all that's good. And then you wake up and you're 30 and you're like, dang, my value ain't the same no more. It was good. Because this one thing I know about a guy is a guy can be a hoe way longer in his life and get away with it than a woman. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the absolute truth.
We do it in our 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so when women think they can keep up that way, this is what I'm liberated. It's the woman's, okay, you be liberated and move. I need to talk to you in 10 years. We need to do a case study and let me holler at you and see where you at. These guys don't have to worry about that. And so I kind of laugh when women are mad at guys for being responsible and respectful in their presentation and conversation, because it's like, what do you want me to do? I had to crash out whole energy in my youth. If you're saying now as an adult male I'm lame, or he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's retired, or reminds me of an uncle or daddy, what should I remind you of? I can be the hoe forever, but let's do a competition and see who could outlast who as being a hoe, and you realize it's not worth it. So you should commend the guy that steps up to the plate, is responsible, and says, I don't want that life, and learn from that and strive to have, whether it's your daughter, your niece, whoever, go after those guys. But you know what happens? Social media is like, oh, he ain't toxic enough. He's lame. Let's embarrass him. Let's talk bad about him. Let's dismiss him. And guess what? 10 years from now, these are the same guys you're asking to marry you, but he's like, I don't want you because you got 100 bodies. That's the irony of all of this. So yeah, it's, it's like, it's no making this stuff up.
Well, you know what, brothers, man, I appreciate y'all for this conversation. Thank y'all for coming on. I'm going to end the stream here right now so I can get up early. But I appreciate y'all, brothers. Come back anytime. Let's chop it up and have more of these discussions.
All right, big man.
Oh, appreciate you.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Let them know where they can find y'all. Once again, plug. Give it a plug.
BG.
Oh, you want me to do it? So it's at Man Made Media TV. So if you just do the @ Man Made Media, just like it sounds, TV, at Man Made Media TV.
Do y'all live stream often?
Yeah. We did earlier today. It's Thursdays for me, and then Mr. Life has his life lessons on Mondays and stuff. But
okay, Mondays and Thursdays. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mondays at 7:30 for me. Life lessons. So this Monday, I'll be talking about the DEI and what that means to Black people, and I'm going in on what you need to be doing to get yourself prepped up to move forward inside your life. Talking to young men about life lessons with women and financial ships. So that's my current term, financial ships. So I talk about finances and relationships together and how you merge those two together and make life perfect. So that's what I'll be talking about. So we're getting into all of that because we're seeing a shift right now. So everybody needs to be ready. It doesn't matter who's president. It really doesn't matter. So we just need to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. That's what I'm
shout out to Life and Life Lessons for his channel and what he's doing over there on Mondays. Shout out to Bad Gemini, what he's doing over on Man Made TV on Thursdays. Y'all make sure y'all give the brothers a follow, check out their content, and always appreciate them for watching and joining and being over here on the platform. Y'all brothers have a good night.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Good night.
Folks. Woo! My goodness, I hope y'all enjoyed this stream and this content tonight. Shout out to the brother that just hit us off with a super chat, Life of Cali. He said, it's all about values. That's why good parenting matters for the youth. And that's why we're having this discussion. Respect, fellas. That is nothing but facts. That is nothing but facts. Morals and values matter. They matter big time, right? And I'm glad that you guys got a taste of some other brothers as well. Clean cut brothers that are having serious discussions, serious conversations. That they know it's not just me out here, but that is one of the biggest fears in our community. As I said earlier, when you see a man, especially a Black man with a microphone, dressed well, can speak well about his business, is not controlled by women, is not controlled by substances. My goodness. Man of faith. If you can find that, some of you women need to take notes. What you should be looking for. Not nobody, I tell you all the time, that you think is going to be able to destroy your cooter cat. That should be the least thing that you're looking at. Come on, talk to me. Folks, everybody that hit the super chat, cash app. I don't know if Brother Perry, if I gave him a shout out earlier, but shout out to Brother Perry again. I think I did give him a shout out. That hit the PayPal. My goodness, we are on a roll. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a stream tomorrow, but what I'm doing is I'm pressing to start doing weekend streams now that I have everything kind of dialed in as to what I'm gonna do with this platform. Now that I got my new camera lens set up so that this is quality now that I fixed my audio, I think I'm going to start being able to give you guys a weekend show either on Saturday or Sunday. Make sure you are following, subscribed, hit the bell twice so you're notified. I don't know which one it will be, but more than likely it'll be a daytime show, not a evening show like this. Daytime show on Saturday or Sunday. Thank you all for being here. My goodness. Shout out once again. Let me give a plug to the Tax Oasis. Make sure, folks, you take a screenshot of this and get your taxes done this coming tax season. If you don't have a tax preparer, or if you don't like who did your taxes last year, give the Tax Oasis a try. They will handle any state in the United States, almost a decade of experience. And you're going to get a full 20% off your either personal or business tax return. Just let them know Black Guru sent you, and they will take care of you. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining. Have a great night, and until next time, salute.